All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Hope you had an amazing start to the month. Good morning, Norm. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, buddy. I'm doing great. Apparently it sounds terrible off the bat, so let's try to restart it. If you would restart, I'll do the audio bridge. We'll get
Absolutely.
going.
We'll do that right now.
YouTube, you
So,
guys will be fine. You'll continue to hear us. So we'll be on in just a second. We got to
yeah,
reset real quick.
just a second, guys. All right. Hopefully that is better. Quick sound check in the room.
You're not on in the room.
Oh, hold on. Let's turn this on. All right. Sound check in the room. Can you guys hear us better now? Hopefully
Hopefully better.
that worked. In the meantime, guys, again, amazing day yesterday. Good day. Some stuff it's funny. It seemed like yesterday you either was in a really choppy stock or you was in a really good one. There was like nothing pretty much in between. That's kind of what I saw the markets yesterday. Let's start with Zoom. Zoom, again, just an amazing stock. Right into the pre-market, you saw this great activity into the market open that continued. The first candle's a little bit wild, but look how great these levels that we found yesterday within the 5 minute chart. Remember that these were not off the daily. Obviously, we're gapping up huge. We had no information up here. And you can see how great this stuff traded at the open. Comes down all the way to this 409.96 level, close to the low of the pre-market at that time. Bounces from there. Look at the buying pressure. Actually, I'm showing you guys the wrong screen. Hold on a second. The wrong time frame. Here we go. There it is. So you can see here how great that was. Beautiful drop here. Comes right back up. A lot of buying pressure, and then it takes off nicely here. So again, pretty nice start to Zoom. It did get choppier towards later in the day, but again, it gave you great opportunities here for long and short. Off the bat. So that was Zoom. We had SQ on our list as well. SQ was not all that great. You did get one move here, looks like at the open, which this one here. This engulfing pattern towards the top here above the moving averages, breaking the high of the day. This 165. We talk about this being a great strategy. If you got in here, stop loss slightly at this moving averages here, you can see how great this would have been, risk to reward, and it just takes off, right? Then from here, it does nothing for almost the entire day. Probably small little plays here, but overall pretty choppy after that. After a good move at the open. Neo was another one that was also very good. So again, you either have a lot of chop or a really good run. Neo, same thing, great pre-market action, a lot of volume coming in through this stock. You can see here a beautiful engulfing pattern as well, very similar to SQ, but this one does run and it gives you some pretty good opportunities here. It does come back down to the VWAP again, and there were some possible trades here, but again, this move here at the open was very clean, nice continuation. Apple was choppy, guys. I mean, you had this one drop here after the market open. Before that, you had a beautiful push up here. Looked like it was going to be strong, possibly break out of this 136.67 we had. A nice fake out here, rejects it. Me personally, I would consider this a change in direction. You see this push before the pre-market, and then it slams down here. That is sometimes a good indication for sure. I know it's this engulfing does not fall into the market open, but look out for these signals. You can see here, change direction, does slam below the VWAP, and then from here, it just gets a little bit tougher to trade. It does give you a nice trend play off the double bottom here of these levels 131. So that's a good one. But you have to sit in on this one to get take advantage of this beautiful pop. Eventually, later on, if you're looking for a high of day breakout, you did get that opportunity around 1 o'clock here. Beautiful break, as you can see things winding down, testing that 132 level from the pre-market highs, and then taking off here. So nice stuff there in Apple. Tesla was okay, guys. Nice, similar to Apple, beautiful drop here. But this one was not able to stay up for the most part. Got above the V up and then just trended down nicely on a beautiful play here. AMD was this is the probably the meaning of chop. Like if you look up a choppy stock, this will probably come up here in the trading dictionary. This is just insane. So again, very choppy, nothing good there. And then Walmart, a beautiful play on Walmart, guys. Look how clean this was. Choppy in the pre-market, which is typical Walmart activity. And then look how beautiful this is, guys. It holds on to the moving averages and then just takes off nicely, hitting new highs here. Just incredible what Walmart's doing. And today they're up 2.1, also 296. Again, Walmart's typically a slower moving stock, so you got to be patient with it. But you did get a beautiful play there on Walmart also. With that said, guys, again, good day yesterday. Let's jump into our market pulse and see what we have going on this morning.
Big gap up, man. Amazing. 0.6% on the SPY. The Qs are over 1% up. Obviously, technology is leading 1.4% gain, and semiconductors specifically at 4.3% on the SOXL. So interesting. That's a bull. I mean, that's a leveraged ETF that I watch. So that's not really the gain, but still, that's huge for the gap on it.
Hmm.
All that having been said, I mean, we had a strong day yesterday. We're sitting at record levels. Um, we did have some economic data that just came in a few minutes ago. The ADP unemployment report came out at 8:15, and it actually came in considerably weaker than they had expected. Now, that having been said, their numbers really haven't been jiving with the government data recently, and they took that was for August. The July number at the same time they revised it upward considerably. So a little bit of weird data there. Nobody can really predict what's going on, other than it appears maybe rehiring process is slowing down just a little bit. So factory orders 10 a.m. and beige book at 2. Other than that, which I guess stonks will only go up is the story.
Absolutely. All right, guys, let's take a look at what we have on our list this morning. So here is our watch list. So far, the gappers list. A lot of the green today. So we'll get through those. A few in the red, not a lot on here. We do have Zoom down 2% this morning. Again, they had a huge run. So let's see how that's playing out today, giving a little bit back. And over in the green side, we do see some good players on here. Apple, JD, Neo has been great. Walmart has been great. So we'll take a look at what's happening. Those looks like towards the bottom, you got some good ones. So we'll try to get through this list. Whatever doesn't look great, we're going to go through it really quick so we can get to some of these tickers down here. Let's start with GES right now. GES at the moment, 367,000, 42 million share stock at the moment. Pre-market looks good. The volume is pretty light on this one for the most part in the entire day. So on their daily, excuse me. So not a whole lot of volume. That concerns me a little bit, unless we have any type of big news, Norm, on this one.
Yeah, absolutely do. They had earnings this morning, just a little bit ago. They announced a 1 cent loss on their earnings per share, but analysts expected a 61 cent loss. So much better, both earnings and revenues than analysts had expected on this one.
All right, we'll throw this one on here. My only concern right now, everything looks good. Catalyst behind it, up 20%, 367 with a decent pre-market action. Now, my one concern here is just the volume it gets on a regular basis is really, really
Yeah,
low. So we'll have to keep a tight eye on this one.
yeah,
AMC
I agree.
on the list this morning. This stock doesn't trade all that well, guys, unless it has some pretty good news behind it. It looks like this morning we might up 12%, 140, 1.4 million shares traded right now. So Norm, some good stuff happening for these guys today.
Yep, they've announced a reopening plan.
Hmm.
And they are anticipating opening to 70% capacity. So I think that's more than people had anticipated. I mean, this has just been a battered stock. Obviously, you can't go watch movies. Studios are withholding release of. I mean, it's just a
Oh
terrible,
yeah,
terrible
yeah,
business to be in right now.
yeah.
Um, so
I agree 100%. So a lot of people looking forward for this thing to get back on its feet here. So yeah, good pre-market action, guys. Again, it's not the best trading stock. We have traded this before in the past. You can see how choppy the daily is as well. So part of that, it's just, again, just not the best pre-market intraday action. We'll come back. We'll leave it here. We'll see how it looks later. DKNG right now up nicely, guys. 11.6 and 3.5. I guess similar play, Norm, things trying to reopen up here. This obviously taking a nice pop.
no, man, this is on news of the great Michael Jordan taking an equity stake in the company and an advisory role. So
Mm,
interesting news on that. And
nice.
yeah, so we'll see how it trades today.
Yeah, yeah. Anything attached to his greatness is gonna make some noise here. So here you can see, guys, nice pop, 11.5, definitely in play. We'll add this on here today, DKNG. Uh, there we go. All right, perfect. Let's head down over to SHLL. It's a shell company, guys. We've talked about this plenty of times. We're gonna move on from this one. We got a lot to get through here, and I want to spend on the time on some good ones here. ZUO at the moment not looking great, guys. 106, just barely getting above that 100,000. number of shares that we need to trade. But you can see here how choppy the pre-market activity is, and for the most part, not the best trading stock. So I'm going to skip on this one. I know people will be looking at how great these last couple of days have been for it, and they're going to look for a possible continuation on here. But this pre-market action is not looking all that exciting right now. Let's look at Piton at the moment. They have a decent pre-market action. Nice pop. Good day yesterday as well. See how they traded. Yeah, it looks like part of the move all at the open here of the market, about an hour in or so. Nice big run up here. Then it got choppy for the entire day. But this pre-market is looking interesting. So any news on these guys?
They got an upgrade out of JP Morgan, overweight rating with a $105 price target from 58.
Got it. All right. So
And
guys,
they report earnings here in a few days as well.
mhm,
I think it's on the 10th. Yeah, the 10th after the market closes, so about a week from now. And I think a lot of people are jumping on these. We talked about it yesterday, on the uh, on the Zoom, work from home play and people being home play. People are trying to jump in front of the earnings to get into these for when they release.
got it. Let's yeah, I like it. I like the pre-market action right now, guys. A good volume, 519, up 8.2. This is good. And we're sitting all-time high on this, right? I mean, yeah, we are at least 52 weeks, looks like. So yeah, we are oh yeah, this thing just opened up last year. So yeah, we're all-time high on this. CRWD is up next. This is Crowd. They are also up 8.5 right now, 493,000 shares traded. They had a big day yesterday, looks like, and into the after hours as well, man. They just kept going here. So, great action from them here. Possible continuation today. I like their pop. Their pre-market not as great as yesterday's. As you can see, it had a little more range, a little bit choppier today. Um, what I don't, the one thing I don't like about this stock is, again, it can trade a little funky. But yesterday had a great trading day. So let's add it on here. If anything, we can always take it off if it doesn't look too good later in the morning. Docu is here. Docu again, guys. Another one
I
that
believe
um,
Crowd has earnings after the bell tonight, by the way.
they do. Okay, trading very well into that earnings play. I took this one off yesterday. How did it actually trade? Actually, had a good trading day. It did look very good here. Without looking at what the spread was in the price action, just looking at the chart here, it looked clean. But again, I traded this one so many times, so looked at it so many times that I know how choppy it can be, and how nasty that spread can be at times. So if anybody traded, let us know how that spread was. In the meantime, it looks very active, guys. So put it down as a possible, and we can come back to it. Nvidia right now. Wow, look at Nvidia, man. What's going on with them?
Nvidia. They got a slew of upgrades this morning, out of B of A Securities, Credit Suisse, Goldman, and several others. And their price targets are ranging from the high 500s into the mid 600s, as high as 650 I see. So, um,
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha. Yeah, that's wow. That is huge, man. Love the pre-market action right now. Trading very, very well. Definitely
I
on our
think
list.
they announced a new product line just in the last. I think it was yesterday, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, but got them a slew of upgrades.
All right, we keep wow, this list is growing a lot more since we've just been talking here, guys. So a lot over here on the gapping up list. So we got Nvidia. I'm gonna skip through some names that we might like here. SPAQ, pretty choppy right now, so we'll get off this one for now. LI has a nice big pop yesterday. I'm sorry, last night. Yeah, last night. No, this morning actually. It's this morning starting to get going. So a nice pop here, up 4.2. Gave a little bit back this morning, 764. This stock, guys, again, I don't like the way it trades. So I'm gonna stay away from that one. CLDRs are on our list. This one has been a good one. We have traded very well in the past. They are up 4.1 this morning with 318. They're daily climbing higher nicely here, hitting some recent highs over at 14. So looking decent. I'm going to add as a possible because it's one that we have had some success with over in the past. All right, I'm going to jump over to JD. Not much going on right now. Up 3%, but the pre-market action is crappy. Bill, no good. Apple is good, guys. Great pre-market action. Love the way this thing is moving. We'll add it on here. We'll get into some details on it in a second. Neo, what's going on there? Let's remove some of these levels. Neo is looking good, guys. Great pre-market action. The last couple of days, this stock has been just tearing it up. So we'll be on our list today. DKS, nothing here. Block trade, guys, you can see on there, just not much going on. Work, this one, choppy pre-market action. How did it trade yesterday? Yesterday was making a lot of noise with Zoom and everybody else capping up here. And yesterday was just trash, man. Look at this. It's just not good. Maybe some scalping, if that, but again, very, very choppy. Look how big these wicks are. That means you're getting a lot of pullbacks and no continuation on here. So again, that didn't look good at all, which was expected because again, they didn't have news. The news was on Zoom. This was just more of a sympathy play for work, so you couldn't expect them to do all that craziness. All right, we kind of got through most of the stuff that's in the green. If I missed something when we get to the chats, you guys can throw it back out to me. Here is home. Let's take a look at this one. This one is down 19%. So the big drop. Some good volume right now in the pre-market, 179. Yeah, I like what I'm seeing here. Kind of had a big day yesterday. Did they report earnings? Must have been, right? Huge drop here
Yeah.
after hours. Okay.
This company is never mind. They
Tell
reported
us, Norm.
earnings.
Tell us.
Well, this company, it's actually based here, and I had some experience with them in the past.
Some words.
No. From a business standpoint, it just boggles my mind. I mean, we see where Pier 1 is today, and this reminds me of them. So anyway, they actually beat earnings and revenues, but warned of inventory issues that they are seeing increase and anticipate to get worse. So, we often say it's not the past, the market's forward looking. So the market couldn't care less that they did really well last quarter. The fact that they're concerned they're not going to do well going forward because of those inventory issues is killing them today.
Yeah. Yeah, taking a bit of a hit here, guys. I do like their pre-market right now. Big drop after hours yesterday. So let's see if that's going to continue. We are hitting some areas of support here. So we got to be careful not to have a short bias. Things can catch a support here. It's going into this area where it has been consolidated before this breakout. It's just crazy. You have this breakout and now it's just out of nowhere. You just get this slam. So interesting there. GSX. This is not a great trading
Well,
stock.
to note that entire breakout was entirely on just
Hmm.
so what happened in that. Go back to home because that's an interesting
Yeah,
story,
yeah. Let's talk
especially if
about
you're
it.
talking about trading after hours. So
Hmm.
you know they had this move, and it was anticipation of that, and then just got slammed. You can see it even after hours. Closed at what 23.25 ish and
Yeah.
ran up $1.50 or so. And then when they started digging into the report about, that's when the sheer numbers were seen, and it popped some, and then sold off when the guidance came out. Yeah. So
Yeah. Wow. Wow. That is yeah, that hurts. And you can see here, guys, we're still dropping at this moment on it. So wiped out the wins from yesterday, and we'll see how this is going to continue. So definitely on our list, going against whatever the SPY in the market is doing. This is a stock that has specific catalysts that's creating a nice move for us this morning. VX, no, GSX. This one's not looking all that great, guys. Not a great pre-market action. It does have 617,000 shares traded right now. Norm, any news on it? The spread is horrible at the moment. It could get better.
the stock
And
sucks. I
this
mean, just
stock, this stock does.
they had earnings. I don't dig
Yeah.
into it. They're terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It
Let's move.
trades.
Let's move on from
It's
that one. Yeah,
yeah.
it's pretty bad. Here's GoGo. So this one was active yesterday as well. What did it actually do here? I know they had a great pre-market action, or at least active pre-market action. At the open, they did drop here. They got above the moving average, and they did trend higher. Without knowing how the price action was here, it looked like they had a good day. Right now, pre-market, you do have some volume on it, but I'm just not seeing how that is trading well at the moment. So the pre-market action itself is not great right now. If this thing is going to do any type of continuation or drop here, pullback, this type of pre-market action is not one that I would like to have on my list at the moment. If it gets better, we can go back to it if it starts hitting our scanners, but for the most part, I'm going to skip on this one. VXRT is, again, after it started getting below this $6, $7, it has not been trading well yesterday. Look at this drop yesterday. So it looked like it was going to recover and then just loses it here completely. And it lost what? Not much, 80 cents. Seems like a bigger drop, but it lost 80 cents. But on a $5 stock, that's a big deal. Again, I'm on the fence on this one. I'll add as a possible. It was trading very well when it was a higher price stock. Now it's a little bit more difficult to read the price action. So we'll see horrible daily chart. Again, remember that this stock came up from what, $2 or so. So it might just be going back down to its regular range down here around $2 or so. So we'll see. All right, guys, that is what we have on both sides. Norm, anything specific that you like that we didn't cover?
Check out Macy's.
Macy's.
We've traded this in the past. It's an interesting play. They've been hammered with COVID. They
Hmm.
reported just a few minutes ago. I don't know why this isn't showing up on our gappers list. Um, Up
Yeah.
6.7% on
Hmm.
3.8 million shares volume. Got
Yeah.
everything else in the world on our gappers list, so I don't know why this isn't showing up.
Right.
Um, but they've got so they had earnings this morning. They had a much narrower loss than anticipated. Their revenues were a little bit better than anticipated, and they've got a very high short float on TI, 42%. So
Yeah. Yeah.
could be an interesting play today.
I agree. I mean, this is stock. Another one of these stocks that the
Ah,
travel companies that have not rebounded well, obviously.
yeah.
Um,
So
looks
David
like
makes a
this.
good point. Usually the ATR is under
Yeah.
50 cents. That's why.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's funny
yeah.
that wasn't like that before. Macy's was a lot higher, obviously, when it was at a higher trading price. Now that it's a lower trading
Mhm.
price, the last couple of days it's been chopping around. So this average true range, I believe, is 14 days. I want to say,
I think it's a
or
14. I think TI uses 14 days. Yeah.
yeah, I think they use 14 days. I'm not 100% sure, but again, if you look at the last 2 months, right? This thing has not been moving on a lot on the regular basis. So they have a great pre-market action, guys. Good volume, 3.9, up 7%. They're definitely on our list. There's some stuff up here on our main list that shouldn't be there. We'll take it off when we get to fine tune that list a little bit better. All right, let's go to our chat room. Let's start here with who do we have here? Let's take a look at we have at Macy's already. Okay, David confirming the 50 cents. OTC is giving us Docu, looks identical. Sympathy play. All right, yeah, we have Docu here too. Again, they're active, guys, up 7.6. Big day yesterday. Possible continuation or even some profit taking that create a quick short opportunity here. So we have that on deck. Let's scroll down. RKT, a recent IPO that has been trading somewhat decent. This one is up 8.2 this morning. Nice pop for them. They've been doing so well since the IPO. Let's look at their action yesterday. Did trade nicely, nice little uptrend here, well into the power hour and the after hours. Did do very well here. Possible continuation. Their pre-market is very, very choppy right now. Now, the one thing about this stock is that for the type of plays that we do, their opening plays have not been great. We have not seen great continuation out of their opening plays. Great trend trade, great possible momentum if you get a good entry play. But for the most part, if you look at their entry, their market open, it's not a great opening range breakup stock, which is something I'm looking for, right? So I'm on the fence on this one. I think we can add it as a possible, but maybe not one that I'm going to watch right off the bat here. Looking for that opening range first. Later on, as you switch gears and things get a little slower, you can come back and look at what's going on with that one. SDC. Let's take a look at SDC. Uh, Right now, very active pre-market action, up 7.4. Not the best daily. It is bouncing back of the 750 here. So nice double bottom on the daily, possible continuation here. But again, not typically a stock that I like to trade. Doesn't trade very well, guys, this one here. So just be mindful of that. I'm gonna skip it because I know we have some other ones in our list that look very good this morning. Let's take a look at BA, bottom of a trading range. Yes, it is at the bottom of a trading range. Again, the airlines, they took off a little bit a few days ago. Had a very nice green day here. We did some levels here, as you can see, for a possible continuation towards the most recent highs. This has been the level of resistance for BA, and a lot of airlines look very similar. So the bottom is this consolidation. Not a whole lot of volume though. BA, when it is in play, you see this beautiful pre-market activity. We're not seeing that today. So unless any news breaks or all the airlines starts dropping down a little bit, let's take a look at American Airlines, which actually is down today at 1.2 right now. It can drag that down a bit. So you can keep an eye on it for later on, but right now, not doing a whole lot this moment. Let's look at RUN. Run is not running anywhere. It has only 7,000 shares, so we'll skip on that one. We definitely need that volume to get us going here. Let's look at WKHS. This one, it's pretty flat right now. Let's remove these levels. It's pretty flat at the moment. Not great volume. Had a decent day yesterday, as you can see here. Took off very well. Again, nice big run up towards the afternoon of the day here, noon of the day. But right now, pre-market actually is pretty flat. So I'm not gonna add it just yet. AMD was horrible yesterday, guys. I mean, AMD, it was the definition of chop, as I mentioned earlier. We're not getting a lot today. It's grinding higher. It is up 1.8, almost 2% here, 375. But if it traded like it did yesterday, look at this here. It might not be something you might not want to watch. This looks like one of those earthquake diagram things. It just doesn't do anything. It's just pure chop, guys. You don't want to trade that. All right, PDD. Let's take a look at here. PDD. Big pop. This last night? No, this was yesterday. Oh wow. Yesterday had a big open here, guys, right off the bat. Didn't have a great pre-market activity, so we didn't have it on our list. But looks like that 5 minutes goes for about $2 or so, a buck and a half, and then a little bit of continuation. And then just look at this chop. PDD is a funny stock. I mean, just look how it starts off very well and then just goes sideways for about 3 hours. Pre-market right now, what are we getting? There's nothing in the pre-market really. Just a couple of block trades, 578, but you're not really getting any type of price action here. So we'll skip on that one. AMD we looked at. What else we got, guys? Do a few more before we jump to announcements here. SWBI. SWBI, possible continuation. Pre-market is a little bit weak right now, though. I'm not seeing anything great pre-market wise. It does have some volume, 109, just getting above that 100,000. Possible continuation had a big day yesterday, as you can see here. Nice big green bar, and it was strong from the gates. From the gates, just took off, never really looked back, holding on to this 9 moving average. Broke down towards the later part of the day, for the most part. The pre-market right now is just not all that great for possible play early this morning. All right, let's take a look at what we have over in our YouTube screen. Let's start with, what do we have here? Let's start with Mark. So he's giving us NNOX. Never heard of this ticker.
I'm not seeing
Uh,
anything on that.
sorry, say again.
So I didn't see anything there really, but
Mm. NNOX, yeah, this one, guys, a recent IPO looks like. Yeah, it's probably we haven't seen it before. Good day yesterday, but pre-market
no
is just
volume.
not. No volume. Yeah, pre-market's not great, guys. 51. We need to give this one a little more time. Like RKT is trading very well. This one has had a great day yesterday. The days before that were not great. So let's give it a little more time to kind of develop itself here. Right now, this no volume at the moment. American Airlines, good pre-market action. Let's take a look. Yeah, American Airlines. I forgot to add this when we actually pulled up on it. It does have a nice drop here. It's starting to pick up some volume. Pre-market though, it is choppy though compared to what we've seen on American Airlines. This is a very choppy like action at the moment. So I expect for it to get better as we get going here. So I'm going to put it as a possible as they get more volume. They already have a million shares traded, but if you know how it is, American Airlines easily 1.5, 2 millions in the pre-market. That's not a big huge number or something out of this world for American Airlines. They are very heavily traded. Walmart we do have, right? We did put Walmart on here. No, we didn't. Let's take a look. Yeah, Walmart's good. It's got volume and another great pre-market activity. So we'll add as a possible. Don't worry, guys. We'll fine tune this list. I know it's a lot on here now, but we are going to make this a little bit shorter. Let's look at ABT. ABT, guys, no pre-market action, no volume. Piton this morning, we do have that one. That one is looking pretty good. One of the cleanest pre-market access we have this morning, and the daily too. Look at the daily, looks really good. Seed RWD we have. LI we took off. I don't really like LI, guys. If you like this type of stock, put it on your list. It does have volume today, 805. But I don't like the way this one trades at all, based on the daily activity. And just to point out, guys, someone mentioned in the chat yesterday. We I forgot what stock we took off. I think it was Kodak. So I took Kodak off, and let me show you this. And there's a reason why I took it off for my own trade. Because remember, as me and Norm are preparing for every morning in this show, we're also doing our own watch list. So once we go through this, me and Norm start looking at, okay, what do we like personally that we like to trade based on our style? And other moderators do the same thing. So this is one that, yes, it was in play. Look at the pre-market action, has volume, it has movement. Everything was going for it. But I took it off because, again, you have to stick to your niche and what you know. So just because I put something on my list and if it doesn't fit your criteria, don't add it. Take it off. You got to stick to your niche. That's very important. If you're going to be successful in day trading, is finding what you're good at. If you don't do that, you're not going to last in this field. You can start out by trying to follow other members and trying to get a feel for things, but once you start getting into the groove of things, you got to find out what works for you. Again, I cannot stress that enough, how important that is. So this is why I took it off. I took it off because this is not the type of stock that I trade well on, right? My history, my numbers prove that this type of stock I fail on. I have a very low rate of success. So why put my risk on this stock, right? So very important. Um, all right, what else do we have? Let's take a look here. Neo, we have here. Neo has been incredible, guys. We're gonna keep watching that one. GNUS. Whoa, no, you don't want to watch this. Oh, well, that's not today. Okay, hold on. All right, that's a little bit better. Still more of a penny stock though.
Penny
Again,
stock.
yeah, you don't want to be watching this stuff, guys. GRAF. This one here. Uh, Volume is starting to get going. What's the float on this? I don't like the daily. Looks a little bit choppy here. Doesn't look great. Actually, floor is 17, so a little bit on the lower side. Yeah, I don't like the daily on this. I don't like the pre-market action, and I don't like how I traded yesterday, neither looking at this graph here. So I'm gonna skip on this one. Also, the spread, $24 stock. It can get better, right? But your spread is almost 50 cents here. Yeah, 40 cents because you can't count this. No shares here. You're going from 24.19 over to 60. So keep that in mind. That's pretty bad right now. All right, let's take a look at I think we cover our chat room as well. Yeah, let's go over to announcements, guys. We'll come back and fine tune this list. We have a lot on here, but I'll tell you off the bat, it's a lot that doesn't look great that we got to take off.
All right, guys. It is Wednesday. So at 5 p.m., note the special time, 5 p.m. Eastern this evening, Eamon will be doing his success webinar and his extreme reversal strategy. He went a good amount of time trading nothing but this strategy, successful for him. So go check that out, 5 p.m. this evening. Next week, Peter will be talking about how he trades IPOs, his rules, and all that kind of stuff. Dr. Reed's webinar from Tuesday should be in the Psychology Center by now. And then next week, next Tuesday night at 5 p.m. Eastern, also because of her time zone, Credo will be talking about facing your deepest fears and insecurities and how facing them can make you a more consistently profitable trader. All right, guys, we have talked about this. You all know about it. We are giving away an iPhone a week for the trade of the week, member trade of the week to specify that. So each week there are some additional rules. If you would go to the next, to the rules, we have changed it to Monday through Friday. So it's 5 days a week. Mark up and post your best trade of the day on Twitter. Tag at Bearable Traders, at Mike B underscore BBT, and at Norm BBT. Use the hashtag BBT family. Day trading and stock market. If you do all that, that enters you in the contest. Winner will be announced in the BBT Monday closing show and on Twitter. And there are some additional requirements to go through, do a recap. You've got a week to do that. You can go back and do a recap and discuss the trade. All that can be found in a post that Mike will put in the alerts up top, and it's in the forums as well. So good luck on that. If you're watching us on YouTube and haven't been in the chat, you can do so at a discount. Use the promo code PREMARKET24. That'll give you access to the chat room. That's 7 days, 7 calendar days, 5 trading days, unless there's a market holiday, and access to Carlos's Monday night onboarding class at 8 p.m. every week. That will probably be pushed to Tuesday next week due to the holiday. And then also, if you're looking to upgrade your membership or become a lifetime member, use the promo code LABOR35 to get further 35% off that.
All right, thank you, Norm. Appreciate that. All right, guys, let's get to it. Let's get to our list here. Let's kind of go through it first and see what we can take off. We have a lot on this list. GES. This was a great pre-market action. I'm on the fence on it. Let's see how the next couple of minutes work out, because if it doesn't get better, if we're going to go flat here, I might just take it off. But they're up 18%, which is nice. But again, looking at the history and the daily on this stock is not great. It's not a great daily, and the volume is very, very light. If you look over here on some of these days, on their best day of volume here, they gap down huge, which are gapping up today. So maybe that could be the difference maker, and you could get some good trading going. AMC has a good pre-market action. I like what I'm seeing here. Also, some positive news behind it. DKNG, as we know, also has a nice catalyst on it as well. It is up and up, popping up 11.6. So that's okay. That's decent. Piton, I really like. I really like this one. So that's on our list. Crowd is a little bit it's a little bit choppy. I love the pop up though. You know what? This could be a good possible. I like that it's gapping up 8%. But man, the pre-market is just the pre-market price action could be better. So again, we're gonna have to start being a little bit picky just to fine tune this list because it's a lot that looks good here. Nvidia and Piton definitely on top of the list, both looking really good this morning. Really nice price action. Neo is has a great pre-market action. It's a little bit choppy now, but we've seen how great Neo has been trading lately. So we want to see if that can keep going. Home just keeps dropping, so I like that here. Macy's also has a good pre-market action. Oh man, let's see. GES, I'm gonna take off GES because their dailies is not great. So let's take off GES. Let's get this a little fine tune here. So we take off GES. AMC looks good. DKNG, I'll leave it here for now. Piton, great. Nvidia is great. Neo is great. Home is good. And Macy's is good. All right, I think that's decent for now. And then we can go look at our possibles list. And if anything looks better, Walmart looks good, guys. You can put that up if you like to trade Walmart. American Airlines dropping. RKT pretty much flat right now. I'm going to remove this one from our possibles list. Docu I'm going to remove just because the spread on this stock is it scares me, the spread sometimes. It's 40 cents, a dollar. Just let's just take it off for now. CLDR pre-market, we had some good trades on this. How did it trade yesterday? Let's take a look. A very choppy open, then started going in the afternoon. Let's go back and look at the day before. What do we have here? Still not great. No volume, and then the volume comes in out of nowhere. All right, let's just go on what we have the last 2 days. Let's take it off. It doesn't look too great the way it's been trading. Does not mean that's going to be the day today, guys. You could have a horrible trading day stock and then it can do magic today. But just for the purpose of fine tuning this list a little bit, VXRT, horrible pre-market action. It's not looking any better. Let's get rid of this even as a possible. All right, I think that's a little bit better. All right, we can do some more fine tuning in a second. Let's do some levels. AMC right now, high of our pre-market at 725. So let's mark that down there. Above that is being confirmed by this nice little area over here. So a nice rejection, gaps up and sells down. Above this 725, the last time we've been up here. Wow. So we have done a little bit of a comeback here in AMC. Last time we've been here was before COVID. And you can see this stock has not been doing well even before that. Right, it's kind of like the nail in the coffin here, but this thing has not been doing well. Obviously, all the streaming services, people staying at home, bigger screens. It's tough to get people out to go to the movie theaters. I think the only time I really go out is when my daughter wants to watch a movie. I want her to see it before her friends start talking about it. So up here, 778 is a good level. You can see that on there. Then above this, you have a 887. So yeah, it's good there. All right, that's what we have towards the bottom, guys. 650. We do have $6 here, and we have some levels, highs and lows from the last two trading days. Got you covered here. So pretty good stuff. DKNG. So again, they have some positive catalysts. They're high of their pre-market over at 43.68. I do like this area here as well. Recent resistance over at 40.74. You can see the 43.68 being confirmed by a couple of days here going back in July. I'm sorry, May and June. And then above that, if we're able to get back up here, I don't think, do we have anything else? No, I think that's it because we IPO'd back just in May. So we haven't been up here since we IPO'd. So again, good pop for them this morning. Let's just hope this price action gets a little bit better. We had a nice pop and then we just kind of been going sideways a bit here. If not, we can look for something else in our secondary list that might be looking a little bit better. I am going to mark down also 38.79. This is a good area here as well. And then towards the bottom, guys, the highs and lows from the last two trading days got you covered there with some moving averages and the previous day close. So let's see what happens. We got to make a decision here to start trending in one way or the other. Piton is great, guys. Continues to break new highs here. We don't have anything above here because this is obviously we broke all-time high yesterday. We're doing it again this morning in a very nice fashion. So I'm going to mark down though this 91.72. That's not the high of the pre-market, but I like what I'm seeing here. Pre-market hitting that as rejection, coming back down, slamming against it one more time. So at 91.72, I like to have that on there to see how that's going to play out. Let's go back into we don't have really much here in the intraday. I'm sorry, in the pre-market. There's not a whole lot between 86, the low of your pre-market, 85.75, and 90 where the price action is now. There's nothing all that clean. Maybe 90. I think 90 could be an area. 89, 89. You see some support happening there, so that could be a good one. Actually, that's a great one. Been tested several times. And let's see how it plays out if it makes a new pre-market high here. So again, great pre-market action, good volume, and up 10%. They're just killing it today. Here's Nvidia up 6%. Also beautiful pre-market action, high of the pre-market over at 589. Towards the bottom, guys, highs and lows from the last two trading days, previous day close. And really in here, we could do the same thing we did on a P-time. We can find some levels of resistance and support over on our 5 minute. 580, 53 looks to be a good one. In here, this might become a good support. Let's see how this plays out. So you see right on there, 585. I'm going to mark it here. It's not great right now. But if we consolidate at that 585.18, that could be great support to try to hit that 588 again. So let's see what happens in a couple of minutes. Here's Neo. Neo has been amazing. Also at the brink of breaking recent highs here at 20.96, almost 21 bucks. High of the pre-market slightly below that at 20.89. And again, just kind of a rough consolidation happening right now between the moving averages. Towards the bottom, you do have the highs and lows from the last two trading days. You can mark the pre-market low slightly above the pre-market close here over at 2020. So let's see how this consolidation is going to break out. I am going to mark down this looks to be around 20.66. So you can see the resistance right on that. We tested that several times in the pre-market. That is not your pre-market high, but that seems to be a level where you're getting a lot of action. If you go back even early in the pre-market, we had even less volume. You can see it consolidating around this 20.66. So let's see how that plays out. Let's head over to home. Home, it continues to drop, guys. It's losing every level possible. We lost some of the highs and lows from yesterday and the day before. Excuse me, 2 days ago. We're losing this level here. What is this one? Is the low from 2 days ago. New pre-market low right now sitting at 1831. Let's see if we're going to hold that. And if we go over to the left here, 17 on the daily is a good one. And also down here, 1730, and also 1775 is another one as well. So plenty of levels towards the bottom here. Again, we are getting slammed. We are now down 20% with some decent volume this morning on home. And then towards the top, guys, the only one I'm going to add is possibly this one here at 1921. You have 3 days testing that 1, 2, 3 as resistance. Then above that, you pretty much cover with the highs and the low from the last two trading days. Here is Macy's, guys. I like Macy's pre-market right now. This is the high of the pre-market here, right? 762. But you cannot miss out on this 751 right here. You see how that's been being tested right now. You can see 1, 2, and 3 times hitting that 751, and we're dancing again around it again right now. So let's see if we can break out of that. So I definitely want to have that on there. Towards the bottom of the price action, we do have 729. And then all the way down here, the highs and lows from the last two trading days and the previous day close got you covered there. If we break out of this 762, which is your high of your pre-market over here in these two peaks, you are going to have this one here, 775. And again, I don't think we're going to make this move today, 820 all the way up there. But great pre-market action. We're winding up into a point here at that 751. Let's see if we can break out of that. And then just to recap on the possibles, we have GES. Finally breaking down here, so we got some movement out of that. We'll keep an eye on it. CRWD, very choppy pre-market action, but they got great volume, up 8.2. Keep an eye on that one at the open. Walmart's looking great. I don't have Walmart on my main list, but it might make it there because just the way it's been trading, it's a slower mover at the market open, so it's great for trend trades and possible longer term intraday plays. So here we have 151.50 high of the pre-market, which is also your all-time high. So you really have no other levels up there at the moment. And then below that, you got your high from yesterday and your previous day close pretty much right near the low of the pre-market. American Airlines dropped down a little bit here, chopping around a bit around 19 1997, 1290. I'm sorry, 1297, 1290 is the low of the pre-market. Just looks choppy, guys. I'm not gonna have it on here. I don't want to get distracted with this. So let's take that one out. And then we have Apple is just ripping it, guys. Apple should be on my list. I got to figure out what else I can take out. Apple should be on our list here. It is looking pretty well. We'll do this one. Then we'll go over to see what the moderators have on their list this morning. High of the pre-market is all it's being created right now, a new one, but I'm going to mark down this 137. You can see the resistance happening here before this breakout just a couple of minutes ago. So let's keep an eye on that. And then low of the pre-market over at 135.86. All right, perfect. This is a long list this morning, but I will fine tune this. I will take something off as we get into our moderators list here. All right, let's see what we have, guys. So John, high of day breakout on his watch list. Nvidia, Apple, and Docu all look very great. Thor has DKNG, Crowd, Apple, and on the secondary list, Docu, AMD, and Macy's. Mike has break of 5-day scanners. He has Apple and ABA. Peter has DKNG, AMD, Macy's, Crowd, AMC, and Home. Tiffany's watching DKNG, Neo, Apple, and Nvidia. Brian's list has RKT, Home, Apple, DKNG, and Piton, as well as VRA for fun, most likely a low flow stock there. Jairus just came in here. He has Nvidia, Apple, Tesla, RKT, AMD, and Roku, and Baba on his list. Roku, let's see what Roku's up to. Norm, what do you like this morning so far?
Nothing that hasn't been mentioned. I've
Mhm,
got a smattering of what everybody else has here.
mhm. Yeah, Roku. Yeah, Roku's daily looks good, man. Just keep ripping higher. Not a great pre-market action, but typical stuff that we see from them here. So, all right, guys, that is what we have. Again, a much better list than yesterday. You have a lot of options here. Also, yesterday we was it Monday we did have the best list. It turned out to be a great day. So you just never know with these things, right? So, I have a big list this morning. I gotta take at least two more off, but we got some good pre-market action happening here today. So, take care, guys. Remember, today is Wednesday, so we have our webinar today with Eamon. So do not miss that. And that is not at 8 p.m. It is at 5, Norm? 5 p.m.
5.
Eastern time. So make sure you make that adjustments in your schedule, and we will see you then. Take care, guys. Stay safe.
Take care, guys. Trade safe. I'm going to be off for a couple of days, so I will see you Tuesday. Have a great long holiday weekend.
All right. Take care.